I'm fascinated by like fee-paying schools, especially London-based, I imagine.
No, Oxford.
Of course, yeah, much cheaper.
Yeah.
How much a term are we looking at currently?
I honestly don't know.
What are you guessing at? So five or $6 grand a term?
Probably, maybe more. I don't know. I think. I mean, it was basically a feeder school to like Eton and stuff.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 10 or 20 grand a year. But I've got no idea because obviously me and my sister, we didn't. Not of those types. We just lived there.
Did you ever feel shunned by the rich kids?
Yeah, all the time. That's why I'm a comedian. This is the exact psychological reason as to why I'm desperate for attention now.
Oh, it happened to me at uni. At uni, because Newcastle got the dregs of the fee-paying schools that weren't bright enough to get into London School of Economics, Bristol, or Cambridge or Oxford. Newcastle had they've had £20,000 a year educations, but they're not the smartest.
Really? Is Newcastle uni good, yeah?
Newcastle's got a lot of RAs, they used to get called.
RAs,
it was just, the
Why
RAs.
are they?
Yeah, they had a lot. Up the RA.
Weirdly,
Quite different.
Weirdly, Oxford University produces prime ministers and IRA leaders. It's a very weird
It's phenomenal.
place. Tense place. You ever go to
One of them was like, my father came to visit me and didn't think much of the digs, so he's bought a house in Jesmond.
Jesus Christ.
So that was, his dad came up to visit him, first term of uni, went, what the fuck is this student accommodation? He was like, yes. And just bought him a 3-bedroomed terrace in Jesmond, which is the middle class bit. And you're like, cool, well, I'll stay in the shitty accommodation then. Like, that's the level of, it's just, you just saw they weren't shunned, but they were just a gilet and a different type of person.
Yeah.
They weren't unfriendly particularly, but you weren't part of their...
I had no idea Newcastle
Uni is, got a few RAs, same as Durham.
Yeah, I knew Durham.
Bristol.
I knew Bristol.
Edinburgh.
Did you go to uni, Adam?
Yeah, I went to the University of Liverpool for a week. Never went to a single lecture and then left.
Before fees, was it?
Literally.
Got your loan though, lad.
No, I didn't.
Oh, Adam.
So I hadn't applied for the loan because I assumed I wasn't going to get in.
Yeah.
So I had an unconditional offer from John Moores.
Do you know what unconditional means?
Yeah. Let me finish.
I assumed I wasn't going to get in.
Well, so I had an unconditional offer
your vocab's not
from Liverpool John Moores.
Right.
But I was like, I'm just not going to bother if I'm going there. I'd already been doing comedy for a year.
Right.
And I was like, I'm not going to... So you needed AAB to get into the Uni of Liverpool. And I just knew I wasn't going to get that. But I did get an A in maths. So because I got the A in maths and I wrote a personal statement, my personal statement to uni essentially was like, look, I'm going to get an A in maths because I was doing maths at uni because I'm really good at it and I haven't really tried at A-level. I've fucked around and that's why the other two results are shit. But if you let me in, I promise.
What scouse is this? Yeah, UCAS works for most of the country, but in Liverpool, we just write a threatening statement. Yeah, listen, knobheads, I've got a fucking A.
That sounds like the kind of conversation that you would be having with your estranged wife from the street into a house. Look, I've done one good thing. I know the kids hate me, but I bought you that necklace.
Can you do that? Can you get into university with a letter?
I got told I got into the Uni of Liverpool based on the strength of my personal statements because I wrote it really colloquially. I literally wrote it like,
lad.
Look, I was like, I've really messed around at A-level and not took it seriously, and I've still got an A in maths. Like I've really took the piss. I've missed lessons. I've not put any effort in, and I've still got an A in maths.
But I'm going to work my damnedest to get to that second week, and then we'll see. If you back me now.
But they let me in on the strength of that.
Right.
It was really sort of casually written.
I know people say, oh, you went to university. You know you have to finish.
Yeah.
You can't just say, I went there for a bit.
No, but I did go there for a bit.
Yeah,
I didn't finish either.
Right.
I fucked
I didn't finish uni, but I went to uni.
Sorry, I'm asking the wrong question. It's my
I started cleaning the posh kids' houses. It was great. There was money to be made there. Fuck the degree. They all had brand new terrace houses. What did you do for the week? What
I went to all the Freshers' Week parties and events.
And then went, this is me done.
Well, I got to the end of the week and I was like, right, the lectures start now. And I hadn't applied for my finance yet. And I was like, I could leave now with no debt and like just give comedy a proper crack.
Oh, you already gigged?
I'd done a year of comedy.
So you basically wanted Freshers Week.
Yeah.
And no education.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I got it.
I think it's so,
Well,
it's very hard.
It's inspirational.
It's very hard to keep doing stuff once you found stand-up, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
When did you do your very first gig? Was it after uni?
At uni, but
Right,
I
okay.
basically used the student loan as like a sort of, basically an expenses fund for being an open spot, and then I was getting paid by the time I left. So I did.
I wish I'd done that.
Yeah.
I did that, yeah.
Yeah. I wish I'd done that.
Actually,
Than just going, I won't have any debt. I was like, well, I did get into debt. I just didn't owe it to the student finance company. Yeah. I owed it to...
When I moved down to Manchester from Newcastle to be a comedian, I applied, and I've actually been to 2 universities and never talk about Manchester Met. I got a student loan to do exactly that. I was like, cool, I need a starter fund to get down to uni, and I wanted to be in student accommodation because it was cheaper. So I've actually fucked up 2 degrees, Newcastle and Manchester Met, for that reason. Because the second time I was like, oh, I need to be here to do gigs, and that just helped, and I didn't care about it. I was just straight in.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
But I've fucked up a degree twice now.
No, you haven't fucked it up, though, did you? Because you weren't trying. You can't fuck something up that you're not trying to do.
Right, okay, yeah.
I mean, fucking something up is you're trying to do it well, and it doesn't work out.
I think Liz Truss is trying to do it well. As we've said, she's an emotionally abused parrot, so she's only so much she's capable of doing.
She looks like that open spot who's forgotten the bit.
Yeah,
That's awful. I've seen that a few times at Beat the Frog. There's not, I mean, obviously people are like, oh, I saw deaths, and I've seen Freddie Quinn do Jim Jeffries material. I've seen people
I've seen Freddie Quinn.
I've seen separate comedians. You'll have to be...
Sorry, Freddie, it's just so easy. I shouldn't.
Be anti-Semitic, but to watch someone totally freeze and not have any words is one of the more, like, I'll be honest.
Their body moves, doesn't it? It's like rigor mortis. They're like,
and as a compere, you feel like responsible. Like there is a point where you have to go, "Are you okay?" But then you don't know what you want.
That's just going to
just to watch a comedian total rabbit in a headlights, like, oh, it's fuck it, it's gone. Wow.
Yeah, to admit it as well, not to say let's do some crowd work or like segue to another.
And then Beat the Frog was so nice. They were like, people would go, "Come on, you can do it," and they'd go, "Okay."
Yeah.
No, it's gone. I cringe thinking about it now.